everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I also have a Ko-fi shop with signed paperbacks and swag, which you can also find below. I find that videos about disability, whether writing or trope related, always seem to do well on my channel, so I thought that I would do another one today. Usual disclaimer, disabled people are not a monolith, and these are just my takes on the thing. I am far from the only disabled or chronically ill Authortuber, and even less so than the only disabled chronically ill YouTuber, and so you can take what you will from my tips and use them however you wish. When it comes to writing disability, so much of the time the focus is on the fact that you wrote a disabled character rather than if you did it in a way that does harm. So let me jump into my thoughts. Number 1. Sensitivity readers matter. One thing I've always been clear on is that you should hire sensitivity readers. Even if you know people who have said disability and the like, you need to hire sensitivity readers and pay them for their time. This is not just a case of putting the synopsis for your book in the comments of a video and getting the green light from someone who's never actually read the book. While yes, you can, and people do that, it doesn't mean that you've managed to give a clear and good rep. It means that one person who, and I stress, has not read the book, has told you it sounds okay, and therefore you've taken that and run with it. Like I said, disabled people are not a monolith. What I might hate in a book about a character with disabilities, mine or otherwise, might be something that another disabled person loves. It's all about finding that right readership. I get that it's expensive, but this is such a big thing, I feel like you can't skip it. There are only so many things Google is going to tell you. For example, with The Invisible Quartet, both books went to sensitivity readers, the third one did too, because I had a wide array of disabilities, some of which I had experience with, and some that I did not. And there were some things that I couldn't work out were good rep or not, and all of these times these sensitivity readers have said yes and told me about symptoms and such to watch out for, but also body language and things where it's not feasible to manage, but have then given me ways that it could be adapted to be managed. So that's the kind of in-depth information that you need to present a well-rounded and believable character. So this step for me is not skippable. I would go for at least one for each condition, more if you can manage it. Number 2, research is key. I know I just said about Google not being good enough, and that's true, but you have to start somewhere. You need to have an idea of what your story is about, what you want this character to be able to do, and so you will need to do the research and make sure that you can bring it all together. While you can reach out to people online and ask questions, you need to ask their permission and be aware that you're asking them to do labour for you, unpaid at that. So if they say no, respect that. Research will only get you so far, but like I said before, that's where the sensitivity readers come into play. There are other ways than just reading medical pages or the like. You can check YouTube for creators who have said disability. You can watch their videos, and maybe if they're doing a teaching through their channel moment, you can pick up some tips from that. But again, this is not a paste your synopsis into the comments situation. That does not help, and it doesn't make your character better rep in any way at all. Number 3. Learn the tropes and avoid them. One thing that I know is out there, because I've done at least 2 videos on it, are disabled tropes and why they're not the good ones. Off the top of my head, we have better off dead, disabled therefore evil, bitter and twisted, impossible to be loved, disfigured and therefore evil, magically cured / healed. You get the picture. Learn the tropes and make sure that you avoid them in your story. None of this is a case of skipping sensitivity readers, and it can show that you have done some of the work yourself to bring about a better character and story itself. I will say that I'm seeing a lot more books with people either having done the research or from disabled authors themselves, and these tropes are getting used less and less, which is a very good thing. If you're not willing to do any work, all it says is that you wanted to have the rep points without making an effort, and that's not going to go down with readers, especially the disabled ones. And number 4, don't rush, do it right. Too often there feels like this pressure to put out your work no matter how close to done it is. The same applies when it comes to writing disability in whatever way you wish. It will take time, it will be hard, you will have to learn a lot, and you will be working on it for a while. But for me, at least, all the writing takes a while, and it's much better, in my opinion, to do the work, to take your time, and to end up with a book and story that delivers good rep over rushing through it and having one of those tropes I mentioned pop up in your story. If you genuinely want to write good disabled characters, you need to do the work, and that will take time. So there we go, those are my thoughts on writing disability right. Like I said, sensitivity readers are a must. I've worked with a number of them over the Invisible Quartet and before, and I found that their input has been exceptionally helpful. It's helped me change plot lines that wouldn't have worked and made sure the characters are more rounded and believable, and it's just been an excellent experience. So have you ever written a disabled character? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media and my books are available everywhere. You can also support me in my coffee shop, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Crime Chronicles The Fourth Torment, which is the fourth in a young adult urban fantasy series. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Sugar Pages in Bristol in November, where I'll be signing books. All the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.